Okay, so we're getting this question from TikTok, right? And the question is, can a individual have a paradigm shift? And the question was set up with recognizing that what we are doing here is economic literacy and financial literacy. And the general framework, so a paradigm is a body of knowledge, or it's a framework that kind of holds your beliefs and and how you justify those beliefs. And so, like, probably the two places where paradigm became most famous was Thomas Kune's theories of scientific revolutions, where he talked about paradigms in relationship to scientific revolutions. I'm taking that work, right, and relating it to social science revolutions. And typically a revolution in science or a revolution in the social science takes place when the dominant framework or the dominant paradigm does not speak to the conditions that the science is designed to cover, right? So you could have a paradigm shift in physics, and we're having one. We're having a paradigm shift in physics, for example, from Newtonian physics to quantum physics, right? That's a paradigm shift. And what I'm proposing here is a paradigm shift from economics of scarcity to economics of abundance, using Black political economy as a bridge to that paradigm shift. And then going directly to your question, can an individual have a paradigm shift? I think that is the premise of what we're trying to do. An individual most definitely can have a paradigm shift. What that means is that a lot of us, right, when we go about our 24 hours in a day, right, or 360 days in a year, or 52 weeks in a year, or 120 months in 100 years, right, that we look at the world a lot of times from the perspectives that were handed down by our ancestors through custom and creed and tradition, right? But the world changes, and sometimes those perspectives do not speak to the world that we're in. So the paradigm shift for us, right? Again, our emphasis is on Black Americans, right, and their allies, right? But the paradigm shift is what can be the solution, or one of the solutions, or what can be our contribution to the solution to socioeconomic progress for individuals, socioeconomic progress for communities and nations, and for the planet as a whole. And what it would take is a paradigm shift, right? So, for example, I myself, right, I operate from a particular paradigm. I look at the world in a particular way, right? But the shift would be me making a quantum leap into a whole new perspective, right? The way we do it in the context of financial literacy, the quantum leap would be shifting from the idea of lack and limitation. The quantum leap would be from the shift from the idea that 1 hour can merit $20 an hour, that time is money, right? A quantum leap could be that no, my hours, right, in the realm of abundance, that I could shift my consciousness away from a scarcity paradigm, a lack paradigm, which is prevalent in our communities, right? This lack paradigm, and we could shift to an abundance paradigm, right? And so that abundance paradigm, that could be the quantum leap, right? So for us as Black Americans, right, the abundance paradigm would be that, okay, we're used to one, time is equal money, but for example, a paradigm shift would be us working together in such a way that, like, my particular work is around the cooperatives, right? That we could work together and take our labor time, our labor effort, get exponential returns from that labor, and that we could use our labor to build a character for the human being himself or herself, right? Build a character that is much greater than the character that was given the trajectory that we had under normal under normal conditions, right? That we, like, you know, that we see ourselves as great, right? I mean, we use the language as kings and queens, right? But that we jump away from looking at ourselves as being imperfect human beings. Like, for example, my own affirmations, for example, that facilitate my own individual paradigm shift is that I see myself, and I use this affirmation that came from Charles Handel in the Master Key System, is that I am whole, I am perfect, I am strong, I am powerful, I am loving, I am harmonious, and I'm happy, right? That affirmation, those 7 words, those do some serious battle for me in terms of helping me interact with the world that I live in. So full circle, that yes, the individual can participate in the paradigm shift, and we think that if you come work with us, right, that you also will be able to participate in the paradigm shift and reach your higher level, your higher self. Those of you who are not familiar with paradigm, you might want to look at and read the book, the Structure of Scientific Revolution by Thomas Kune, Kuhn. I believe he said it was 1962.